Hey, welcome back to our easy and weed-free garden series. I'm up here in our little kitchen garden. It's basically 12 by 16, and I've got 5 weeks in my zone to plant, 5 weeks away. So what you need to do now, and hopefully you've already got your area tilled. If you hadn't, go ahead and get it tilled. No matter what you're going to do, if you're going to do it in ground, you got to at least till it one time, then you can go to a no-till or whatever. And I've got my tiller, so I'm going to lightly till this. Actually, it's loose enough where I don't need to till it, but I've got a little bit of weed pressure. I'm going to get rid of that with this. But like I said, I'm 5 weeks away, so we're going to amend this soil, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to amend it with, and what I mean by amendment. We're going to fertilize it. We're going to get this ready for the plant, and I'll talk about the kind of fertilizers I use and all that stuff, and the amendments I use, and maybe this will help you. And then we'll now these fertilizers and everything I do here, even if you're doing a raised bed, is all the same except for the tilling part. But as far as mending the soil and all that stuff, it's all the same. So I'm gonna see if I get my tiller started, and I'm gonna just lightly till this area, and then we're going to amend it with some fertilizer and stuff. So you see how easy that was. Of course, that's a pretty good tiller, and I like it really well. And if you don't have a tiller, you can always rent one, or you can hire somebody to do it. I seen somebody on Craigslist the other day that would do it for 50 bucks. So now, if this is your second year, and I didn't have to till this, you could take a rake and rake it down, or a pitchfork and kind of work it in. So but I got a tiller, so I'm going to use it. So let me get my stuff, and I'll show you what we're going to mend it with. First thing I'm going to go get it with is some wood ash from the fireplace. Of course, this is the old timers way they used to do it. And of course, everything I'm going to do organic. But this really adds a lot of potassium to your soil, and it builds your soil. So I put some on it last year, and potassium helps your like your stems and stuff. It makes a real healthy plant. So I need a lot of potassium, and so I just take some wood ash and I just spread it on, and don't do it too thick, but and this is all hardwood. I think hardwood is better than pine, so just keep that on mind. That's the way you want to put it. And then we'll take a rake here in a minute and we'll work this in. One of the other benefits to the wood ash that old timers say, it keeps the bugs and the cutworms and the cucumber beetles off your plants. So that's another reason I use this wood ash in my garden. So I've used it in high tunnels a lot, and it seems to work pretty good at times. I mean, it's not like an insecticide, but it does help, it seems like. So keep that in mind. It's helps with the It'll help with all your pests that want to eat your vegetables. It'll help with it. Next thing I put on is, and I went to almost 100% organic, so fertilize. And this is the organic fertilizer. I found this at, I actually got this at Home Depot. It's about $12 for 12 pounds, which is a really pretty good deal. And check on the back and read what it's made out of, and that'll tell you if it's, some stuff say it's organic, but it really ain't. But this is poultry manure, bone meal, gypsum, which is I need calcium, and seed weeds. So this is a pretty, I think this is gonna be a pretty good stuff. So you need to go ahead and do that at least this granulated, this type of fertilizer. You need to go at least, you know, at least 4 weeks before you start planting. So I'm going 4 to 6 weeks, and I'd give that time to release and get into your soil. Now the advantage of organic over chemical, organic actually builds your soil up, so it'll put microbes into your soil, and it'll make it really good quality. Where if you put chemical after chemical in here, fertilizer, it ruins your soil after a while. And I used to use the blue stuff that you mix with water, and that's fine if you do, but if you use it in an area like this all the time, it builds salt up in your soil, and you won't have a good result. So that's why I switched to organic, especially like here, and in my high tunnels I use organic. Now when I switch over to the plants coming up, I'll switch over to a liquid organic, and we'll talk about that when time comes. But for now, if you're going to go organic, if you're going to go chemical, you need to do it now, because this right here takes at least, you know, this will release for 3 to 4 months, so this will last almost the whole season. So I'm going to go ahead and fertilize this slightly. And another good thing about organic, even when your plants come in, you can't kill your plants. It's hard to kill your plants with these, because this is a 4-6-5. If you get a triple 19, you can burn your plants down at nitrogen, or really burn your plants up. This right here, organic stuff, is really hard to burn your plants. So I'm gonna get this, and I just toss it out, and don't have no spreader or nothing. And like down at the big gardens now, I just do it as we plant. So, well, I'll do it again as I plant. So I'll probably do this again. I think when I plant, I'll add some bone meal, because my soil really needs a lot of calcium, because we do soil tests, and that's really the one thing. So let me get this spread out, and I'll tell you some more about that. All right, so I'll probably put a couple of pounds on this. And now, the difference between your garden and your lawn, I know most people have fertilizer or lawn. It's a totally different animal. A lawn, you could throw just pure nitrogen on it. If I lived in the subdivision, I would be throwing ammonium nitrate on my lawn right now. It'll green it up and get it going, growing like wildfire. You throw ammonium nitrate on this, or a high nitrogen fertilizer on your plants, now you're going to have some big old beautiful plants, but you ain't going to have no fruit, because your plants will grow but they won't fruit out. That's why you need, like my soil test, I need 2 pounds to the acre of nitrogen is how much you need. So I had to put very little nitrogen anywhere, and but you need the potassium and the phosphate. phosphate will give you blooms. You need some nitrogen, to get it going. Then your phosphates will give you a lot of blooms, which blooms equal fruit. So you got good blooms, you will have good fruit. And then your phosphorus, like in the wood ash I put on here, that makes your stems, a healthy stem and root system. That way, you feed them the nutrients up to the fruit. So that's what I kind of went to an organic. I realized you don't need a whole lot of nitrogen. So that's a 4 nitrogen. 4% of that's nitrogen. That's what that means. 6% is phosphorus, and 5% is potassium. So yeah, it's a little tongue twist. Kind of hard to keep it all straight because you got an N, a P, and a P, and it should be like, they should name it something else. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna get my rake and I'm gonna rake this in and show you how to do that, and then we'll talk about some weed fabric. That's pretty easy. That's the whole thing. I want you to have a good experience growing, and it's pretty good exercise. I'm fat and out of shape, but that's neither here nor there. So I've got that all worked in, and then we're supposed to get some rains, and that'll combine all this soil and all that fertilizer I put on there. Now, right before I plant, I'll put compost and maybe another round of the organic fertilizer, and then I'll deep till this, and then we'll lay there in our weed fabric. So if you're going to do weed fabric, now all this, like I said before, if you're doing raised beds, and we're going to do some raised beds, so we got some on Amazon. I'm going to put them together, show you how we put them together, and I think we're going to put them around the greenhouse, and we're going to put some down at between the high tunnels. Mainly for flowers, but if you put vegetables in it too, that's okay. But if you're doing that, put your soil in there, or your potting soil, or your garden soil, or whatever you buy, and throw some of this in there and let it sit, 4 or 5 weeks before you plant. And even the wood ash too. I'd put the wood ash in there if you have it. And then put you a little bit of compost, work it all in. Plant, you're going to have some fantastic vegetables. So so all this goes either for a raised bed, container beds. Some people take them old plastic 55-gallon drums and cut them in half. Anything you grow, all this right here I think will work. So we mostly grow our vegetables in the ground, always have. Probably, well, I guess when we get old we'll probably have waist high containers. That way we won't have to bend over. But we won't do as many probably. So if you're going to do the weed fabric, if you're going in the ground, and you need to order your weed fabric, right here's some that we use here. This is a 4 foot, and this is a heavy ounce. I think this is like a 3.8 ounce, and you can get this online. Pretty cheap actually. I think I bought a 6-footer the other day for $50 shipping and everything. So I can't remember what I gave for this. This is a 4 foot, and I pulled the ones we used. You can reuse this for years, because I got mine back there kind of stretched out where we get some of the old grass and stuff off of it, and then we'll reuse these. So once you buy it, it'll last you forever. So, and I bought a big roll. They sell it in 50 foot. 100 foot, 150 foot, whatever, and just buy what you need, and you can reuse it for years and years. I've got some, like I said, our original, probably 4 or 5 years old, that we used in the high tunnel in a commercial situation, and we're going to use it again this year. So I don't know, I guess it'll last forever. I don't know about forever, but it's going to last a while. So anyway, I hope this was a big help. We do a live, me and my wife do a live show on Monday nights at 8. If you got any questions, you can come to it. just go to our YouTube channel and it shows up at 8 o'clock. Might be 7:30, we don't know. So last week it was 7:30, so I don't know if we're going to change it or what. So I usually put a thing out on Facebook and Instagram and on the community tab, so about what time. But come on there anyway if you have any questions about gardening or anything like that, and we'll answer them, or you can leave a comment. I answer all comments. Send me an email. I answer all emails. So hope this is a big help. So our next step, like I said, we'll put the compost, we'll deep till it, we'll put the weed fabric on, and we'll start planting. So, and I know a lot of people that you can watch don't till. They do a no-till method. There's lasagna gardening. There's there's everything you can think of. This is what works for me, and I think this is pretty easy. So you can try it. If you don't like it, go do something else. If you tried something, you got frustrated with it, come with us, and we're going to show you just how beneficial this is going to be for you in your life. If you want fresh vegetables, this is the way to go, in my opinion. And so we've been doing it for a long time. So look around. You can talk to other people, watch other channels and see, but I think this is going to be the way to go. So I'm getting the sign I'm rambling, so I'm going to end it here. Hope you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Support your local farmer. We'll see you down here in the farm in the next video.